Hello and welcome, beautiful collective. I am here to do a reading for you. So if you're here, there is something in this reading for you today. I'm doing this in the evening. I'm trying to get a little bit ahead of my readings because I'm planning on going on vacation to visit my family. And I want to get a little bit ahead of my readings here. So I hope there's not too much glare. I see a little bit of glare on my desk here. So I'll try to make sure that you can see all the cards as well here. So I'm going to get started first of all with this Dragon's deck that I have been using to see where it is that Spirit wants to take us. We are moving past when this is going to be aired. We will be past the full moon, the next full moon that is out mid-June. So we'll see what that moon is bringing us here today. I'll ask the dragons in what area that is. There's a lot of noise here tonight as I start this reading, so there's a lot of distractions that are happening. You may feel very, very distracted. You may have a lot of things that are going on for you right now that you're having a hard time even being able to focus on one individual thing. Like when I came in here, the light, right, with the shadow that's wanting to come in here, the motorbikes, the different noise and things like that. So you may be having a lot of things that are distracting you at this time from what it is that you're trying to get done. You may have a lot on your plate right now. And as I'm doing this, of course, a lot of the children in North America are, just getting ready to get out of school. The graduations, all of those things that are happening can be extremely busy, for the family as well. So it feels like there's a lot of distractions that are happening here that you're having to, really work hard at being able to focus. They're telling me I'm taking another one. You also may be spending a lot of money right now too. I feel like there's a lot of money going out. Okay. A lot of money going out, it feels like. So let's see what they've got here. First of all, knowledge. Knowledge. So you may be going to find something out, something is coming into your awareness or something like that is what I'm feeling with this card. What else do we have here? We have effort, conquering your demons. A 7. Effort. Like I said, it feels like you're in overload. It's been difficult to be able to focus. So it feels like you're having to work extra hard, putting in that extra effort, I guess, for lack of a better term. And then we have the self, gathering your power. Yeah, interesting, a 7 and a 3. A 3 for me is very divine number as well. I always find when things come in threes that it's kind of a wake-up call for me. And 3 is the number of expansion as well. So it feels like, you've been working extra hard. And this is about working on the self, and with the knowledge card being in here, self-knowledge. So you could be looking into some new courses or classes or things like that you're going to do, or you might be just getting ready to graduate with the time of year it is as well, putting in that extra effort in order to make the most of what you have put into your studies or whatever it is that you've been learning. And not just studies, but with knowledge, I feel that it has to do with something you're doing to upgrade yourself somehow, some kind of additional knowledge that's coming in. So let's see what the Lemurians have to say here. I also got a glimpse of unique gifts in this deck. When I shuffled, that card stood out to me, and that talks to me about somebody that has some really rare gifts, and this might be coming into your awareness as well, the knowledge of that, especially with the self coming here and the effort. Because when we have really rare gifts, it's really hard for us to be able to grasp them and to really work around them, because when we have such a big presence ourselves, it's really hard for us to be able to believe that. A lot of times, as much as we don't like to think it, our ego gets in the way. And ego doesn't mean that we think we're better. Ego has a lot to do with unworthiness. Okay, it's all of those human aspects of ourself that are not sitting within that higher self of ourself with the knowing of who we are. Okay. So when I say ego, a lot of people get their back up right away when I say, oh, your ego is getting in the way. And they're like, I don't have an ego. Yes, you do. We all have an ego. Everybody has an ego, and it can be a lack of confidence as well as an overabundance. And usually when I find that people are try to come off as being overconfident, usually they're the ones that lack the most confidence. Okay, because they're putting on a big show. So it typically has to do with something that we feel is lacking within ourselves. And I feel like you're coming into um, some kind of information, okay, that's going to change the way you see yourself. Luminescence. Yeah, this is about, I just did a channeling as well, and it'll be a couple weeks back on my channel for when you guys get this one, but something about our light body or celestial body or something like that. Like the heart is really standing out, and then, the lightness of the wings and stuff around here. Full spectrum. Seeing everything as it is. It's coming into full view from you now is the message I'm receiving from this card. This is an 8 and this is an 8. Awareness. Full spectrum is talking to me about an awareness, right? The aspects of the self that is being called back in and coming back together is what I feel with this. We have the infinite here. Interesting. And then we have the crown chakra, the unlimited self. This crown chakra has been coming out a lot. There's a lot of upgrades that are happening right now on this planet of us being able to move into our gifts. And like I said, I saw in there unique gifts when I was shuffling, and it feels like a lot of those things are coming forward. That you're beginning to see things more as it is. Interesting, because unlimited self is beneath the self, gathering your power, the crown chakra. So there's definitely knowledge that's going to come into you somehow through your, through a download or something through your crown. You're going to receive something that is going to open your eyes up to more of yourself. And I feel like it'll be more of the multi-dimensional self with the infinite card sitting here. Okay, what else do we have for this group? Spirit. This beautiful group that are moving into an awakening of themselves, and I'm not going. There's too many there, so I'm not going to. I'm going to shuffle again and see what they bring. There's a lot of cards there. Oh, there's one. Okay, I just heard turn that over first. The pathway, direction, purpose, and change. Yeah. Okay. This is going to change the way you see things and literally the direction in which you are moving. And we've got 8, 8, and 8 here. 35 the pathway and 35 luminescence. This is about beginning to live from the heart. And it's interesting because I said when I saw this card, it feels like the celestial body, which I channeled about a couple of weeks ago in my other channel, and they said that it was about living more through the heart, through that love. And even the heart here is on the outside of the body, like it's truly open. Yeah, it's a complete awakening to the self. And I love that this is says the unlimited self, because nines to me always talk about the self, the journey of the self, right? Whether it be self-love, self-realization, lessons of the self, worry within the self. They always talk about the self. Okay, Spirit, last time. I'm just going to pull from the top. Mountain lights, light beings, portals, subtle energies. Yeah, you guys, I really feel when I saw this card, I felt like it was really, really important with the luminescent essence with the celestial bodies that they brought to me. And that's what this is talking about here with the mountain lights. You may even have contact with an angel or celestial being of some sort, some kind of light being, is what I'm feeling with this as I'm feeling into these cards here. Oh, said I wasn't going to shuffle anymore. You're sneaky, Spirit. Last. Okay. I mustn't have had the right one on the top, or they wouldn't have me shuffle. The gift. Present, honoring, and offering. Yeah, this is all the effort that you've been putting in to your spiritual path. And those of you that follow me, I know you're on a spiritual path. It's just the way it is. I'm not getting just people that are not. And all this effort that you have been putting into your own self nurturing, self realization here is going to come in. There's going to be a gift that is given to you that you're going to realize more what you have been working towards. You're going to see the reward that is coming towards you. One time. Spirit of spring, freedom, action, and power. That's really beautiful. Yeah, it does feel like an effort that you have been putting in is going to pay off in some way. They're calling me to these cosmic wisdom cards. Oh, they're so slippery, these cards. So slippery. And as I split, I get the sacral chakra here, which doesn't surprise me. When I see this card, it brings me back to the sacral chakra because of her being on fire here with creation. Okay. So there can be something about that with you as well. You may have healed your sacral chakra, which is really bringing you more into self-realization, recognizing your own things that you enjoy for your own pleasure rather than always being the people pleaser and pleasing other people in order to feel like you are loved. You are finally figuring out that you are loved, and that as long as you love yourself, others will love you too, because that is where true love comes from. The divine messenger from your social chakra is to immerse yourself in creativity, joy, and sensory, leading you toward a life of vibrant expression. Yeah, creativity is what the sacral chakra is is about. That's its main thing. So let's see here what we got here for these cards. Look at that, and there's the solar plexus. Feminine and masculine. This is really talking to me about coming together with the balance of the self. Like I said, when we see the self here, gathering your power, that is having to bring the masculine and the feminine both together. Look at this. Trusting your inner fire and harness the energy of self-belief and determination. It will guide you through life's challenges with resilience. That is really beautiful, you guys. What is this one? Neptune. Love. Tap into the unseen dimensions of reality and journey beyond the physical to explore the depths of your soul's connection to the cosmos. And interesting again, your soul, your masculine, your feminine, the self, the infinite. All of this is talking about a realization of your own self, embodying that true self rather than sitting back and believing that everything happens to you, you're beginning to realize that everything happens for you. And when you realize that, you're able to then master your own life and your own manifestation. And I feel like that is the energy that you are moving into here. Self mastery, total self mastery. You've been working on it for a while. Look at this, worlds between worlds. I saw this when I picked the deck up when I cut it. So it's fascinating how Spirit is showing me all these things ahead of time. Worlds between worlds, and it's a 9, which is about the self as well. Yeah, you are definitely. And look at there's the shadow self on the bottom of the deck. I'm going to take that. This is what you have been working through, is that self-love, finding that worthiness of yourself, realizing that you are in this world, but you're not of it. Okay? Worlds within worlds. There are many, many worlds. There are many, many planets here. Okay? You are in here, but you are not of this. You are far, far more. You are on a sacred journey. How beautiful. How incredibly beautiful that is, you guys. I'm just going to take an advice card. Oh, look at that. This is what flipped over. This is what I have to take here. The bottom of the deck is masculine, and I said there's the masculine right there with the solar plexus. So we have 144. 144 is a clarion call. Not people say it's the chosen, but what it is we are all chosen. You are chosen. You are choosing yourself. That's what that is talking about. Okay? You are learning how to manifest and how to recognize the power that lies within yourself. Okay? And when I get this little guy here, this little guy talks about not really sure about how you feel about that. Okay? You're kind of sitting in a state where it's like, I don't know. What is, right? Should I? Shouldn't I? Is it good? Is it not? Okay? But you've got the card of power here. Stepping into your own personal power. And then we have the breath, the sacred breath, the manifestation of life, of all things. This is beautiful, you guys. Absolutely beautiful. Congratulations. Self-realization. It has been a long and arduous journey, let me tell you. I completely understand. And congratulations for all the work that you have done and for focusing upon your own healing. Because when healing yourself, you heal everyone else around you. So I thank you for your service. And I thank you for joining me here today and for co-creating this channel. And I hope to see you next time. And until then, please remember to let love be your guide.